From across Maryland, Virginia, and the District, this is Washington's 24-hour local news leader. News Channel 8's Live This Morning starts right now.
Well, there's no fooling the American people, and some of them are mad about health care reform. How can they be most effective in getting their message heard? With legislators at home for the spring district work period, it's the perfect time for relevant, effective communication and advocacy guru Stephanie Vance joins us now with more. Welcome.
Well,
good morning.
You. Thanks for having me.
All right. So with the passage of this health care reform bill, I know it's divided the nation, but how can people be effective in communicating, I guess, their frustrations to their lawmakers?
Well, it definitely has been a bit of an issue, as I'm sure we've been hearing in the news about all of the threats and such. And, you know, on the one hand, I think it's good that people know what words like reconciliation and filibuster mean, but on the other hand, I want to make sure people are being really effective in their communications. Some of the best ways really are to make sure that you're communicating with the right person, so that's the person who represents you, and to also make sure that you're asking them for something very specific. So being clear about what it is that you want, and also learning a little bit more about that elected official, what interests them, what some of the policy issues are that really get their attention.
And what's the best way to reach out to these lawmakers? Is it by email, actually picking up the phone and trying to call them? Because I know they have a busy schedule. I mean, how do you get in contact with these folks?
Well, you know, it's often difficult these days because getting into the phone lines has been a little bit crazy. They've all been running very busy. To me, it matters less which kind of way you choose to communicate with them and more what your message is, to make it a personal, thoughtful, relevant message. That said, you can do that via email, fax, or carrier pigeon. I don't care which one you use.
And what type of information? You said to personalize, but what type of information should you include when you reach out to these folks?
Personal stories are really critical, I think. You know, most elected officials want to hear from their constituents. They want to hear how policy issues are affecting them.
And say that you want to go straight to the source. Say that you are in town, say that you aren't from the area, you're in town and trying to meet with your legislator. What's the first thing you should do, and how should you approach them?
Well, very first thing, write down your invitation and fax or email it into the scheduler because they have to have it in writing. It's the only way it can get around the office to all the right people. Then follow up with several phone calls to see what you can get scheduled. And my main point, don't be disappointed staff person instead of the legislator, because the staff are critical to any advocacy effort. So actually be excited to meet with them.
And say that you are extremely proactive. You actually want to go to a hearing and actually testify. Is that something that people can do? Is that a difficult thing to do?
It can be, but if you've got some expertise on a particular issue, the committee is definitely going to want to hear your perspective. One great way to do that is to ask your legislator to ask the committee to see if you can testify. And you can always submit a statement if you don't actually testify in person. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
You have some great tips. Can folks go online, get some more information?
Absolutely. I hope they'll go to my website, which is advocacyguru.com. And they can also find some resources there like my books and free articles and newsletters, including one today that's an April Fool's one.
Oh, really?
So,
okay,
yes.
Check that out. All right, great. Stephanie Vance, Advocacy Guru. Thank you very much.
Thank you.